Japan is a country that amazes the world in many ways, but hidden beneath its calm streets and beautiful cities is something far more incredible than neon lights, bullet trains, or advanced robots. Deep underground is a system so massive, so powerful, and so unbelievably well engineered that most people would never believe it exists unless they saw it themselves. This system has one purpose: to save cities from destruction. And the mind-blowing part? It works so perfectly that millions of people walk above it every day without realizing their lives are being protected by one of the greatest engineering achievements in human history. Imagine a city where storms can drop months' worth of rain in a single day. A city where typhoons slam into the coast like giant fists. A city where rivers swell so fast that within minutes, entire neighborhoods can disappear underwater. That city is Tokyo. And yet, despite being one of the most flood-prone megacities on Earth, Tokyo almost never suffers the kind of catastrophic flooding that destroys other cities around the world. Why? Because Japan built a flood defense system so advanced that experts say other countries are decades behind. But the story of how it came to be is even more fascinating. Not long ago, Japan was in serious danger. In the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, flooding was a constant threat. Not small floods, but life-changing ones. Rivers overflowed into homes, streets became dangerous waterways, families lost everything again and again. Millions of people lived in constant fear each rainy season. Engineers knew something had to be done, but they also knew solving the problem wouldn't be easy. Tokyo is surrounded by rivers, squeezed between mountains and the sea. It is home to more than 37 million people, the largest metropolitan population on the planet. Moving those people was impossible, stopping the storms was impossible, controlling the rivers seemed impossible. So Japan asked a different question. If we can't stop the water from coming, can we secretly capture it and send it somewhere else before it causes chaos? That question led to one of the boldest ideas ever proposed in civil engineering: a giant underground system that could swallow dangerous floodwater, store it temporarily, and then redirect it safely away from the city. But no one had ever built anything even close to what Japan needed. The scale was too enormous, the challenges too extreme, yet Japan went ahead anyway. What they built is often nicknamed the Underground Temple, and once you see it, that name makes perfect sense. Deep below ground stands a cavern the size of a football field, supported by massive concrete pillars that look like something ancient and sacred. But it isn't alone. The chamber connects to tunnels stretching over 6 kilometers, linking 4 rivers, dozens of drainage systems, and multiple emergency inlets that activate during heavy storms. When a river starts rising, the system opens like a giant mouth, swallowing millions of gallons of water in moments. The water moves through tunnels carved beneath neighborhoods and highways, finally reaching the enormous pressure-adjusting tank, the temple-like chamber. Inside, pumps so powerful they could empty a swimming pool in seconds push the water into the Edo River, far away from where people live. And above all of this, life goes on normally. Shops open, children walk to school, trains run on time. No one notices what's happening beneath their feet. But what makes this system truly extraordinary is not just its size, it's how smart it is. Japan designed it to react instantly to danger. Sensors in rivers and rainfall trackers across the region feed information into a central command center. If heavy rain hits one area, the system prepares. If 2 rivers begin to rise at once, the system adapts. It can move water around like a conductor leading an orchestra. Every part works in harmony. Still, even with this massive underground world, Japan faced a new problem, a problem that no one expected. The storms were getting stronger. Climate change brought heavier rainfall, faster river surges, and more violent typhoons. The system built in the late 20th century was strong, but engineers knew that the future would require something even more advanced. They had to evolve. They had to invent new protective layers, new technology, and new ideas that could keep up with nature's growing power. Before we dive into how Japan transformed its cities even further, Take a moment to support this video by liking it, sharing it, and subscribing to the channel so you won't miss future stories like this. Also, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe countries should invest more in long-term engineering solutions, even if they cost billions? Or should they focus on smaller and cheaper projects first? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to see what you think. Because what Japan did next surprised the world. Engineers realized that protecting cities from the future required more than just one underground temple. They needed to redesign entire neighborhoods. They needed buildings, streets, parks, and even rivers themselves to work together like one giant machine. And the way they achieved this is something almost no one outside Japan knows about.